Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, 23rd day of August, 22nd day of Av. We're continuing on in our laws about gozes. You're not allowed to shear on Shabbos. That was mostly intended for animals, and you and I don't shear sheep anymore. But there are things that you could end up doing on Shabbos which would be considered shearing. So here they are. We had mentioned just yesterday that there used to be in olden times a decree against not using a mirror on Shabbos, not looking in a mirror on Shabbos, and that's because mirrors used to have sharp edges, and it was typical for people to just kind of, snip off a hair with the sharp edge of the mirror, and therefore the rabbi said, just don't use mirrors on Shabbos. Now the question is, should that decree still apply today? Because you and I don't do that with mirrors anymore, so we probably are never going to do gozes with shearing of our hairs with a mirror on Shabbos. So Rav Belsky ruled on this and said that it's okay, that it does not apply nowadays, and you may use a mirror on Shabbos. Now, there is an issue of lo yilbash. Men are not supposed to dress in women's clothing, and there was a question as to whether um, when a man uses a mirror on Shabbos, is he guilty of lo yilbash? He's sort of dressing himself the way a woman would in front of a mirror, not a very manly thing, at least in the time of the Gemara. And Rav Belsky ruled on this and said that it's not a problem. Nowadays, it's just kind of normal for men and women to use mirrors, and you could use a mirror all week long if you're a man and not feel that you're violating the law of dressing like a woman. Now, Rizal, this is going to be fascinating for you. We had mentioned a day or two ago that stroking your beard roughly on Shabbos could be a problem of pulling out hairs, which you're not allowed to do on Shabbos. Now, Rizal, they say, never stroked his beard even during the weekdays because he didn't want to get in that habit, and then he would end up, God forbid, doing it on Shabbos and pulling out hairs, so he never stroked his beard all week long, just to avoid that problem. Next halacha. If you want to look at your own image, let's say you're at the Shabbos table and you just wanted to check something about your face, your hair, or whatever, so you looked in the reflection on a shiny knife that's at the Shabbos table, and you're worried, now it's a sharp image, sharp edge, and it's like acting like a mirror, so might I be guilty of like cutting with that sharp edge? Possibly doing that, so the rabbis rule that it's not a problem. You could look at your reflection in a shiny knife on Shabbos. If you want to use a stiff brush or a comb that has a mirror attached, and you just want to use the mirror, the rabbis decree don't do that because you may end up combing with the stiff brush or with the comb, which could cause some hairs to follow, so better not to use that thing on Shabbos. And lastly, cutting or removing nails, fingernails, toenails with a utensil would be biblically forbidden because it's like shearing, and don't do that on Shabbos. Thanks for logging on. Log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye-bye.